The following is based on documented civil court proceedings. The names and identifying details of the individuals involved have been altered for privacy. Maya was a 24-year-old administrative assistant living in Cincinnati, Ohio. She worked 45 hours a week at a medical billing company and drove a 2009 Honda Civic with a cracked bumper she never quite had the extra cash to fix. Her boyfriend, Derek, had just been accepted into a competitive nursing program 3 hours away. It was an impressive accomplishment, hindered by an immediate math problem. After his parents helped with what they could, he was still short $20,000 for his first 2 years of tuition and living expenses. Maya stepped in to close the gap. She took on extra weekend shifts at a local grocery store, systematically wiring money to Derek's account to cover his rent, his textbooks, and his groceries. This arrangement went on for 3 continuous years. If you look at this tally of sequential wire transfers, you can see the sheer volume of her subsidy. Over 3 years, the total amount of money extracted from Maya's accounts hard stops at $43,612. Treating a romantic partnership like an unregulated line of credit leaves you completely exposed. If the relationship is built on a shared future, it's an investment. If it's built on an illusion, that money is sitting on a trapdoor. During his 3rd year of nursing school, Derek's routine abruptly shifted. He began staying on campus during the weekends, telling Maya he was tied up with clinical rotations and study groups. The truth arrived a few weeks later through a mutual acquaintance. They forwarded Maya a social media post featuring a recent photo of Derek with another woman. It was Maya's best friend, Jenna. The caption read, "When you stop hiding what makes you happy." The phrasing confirmed the deception was premeditated. They had been intentionally concealing the relationship while Maya worked double shifts. Maya did not call Jenna. She did not text Derek to demand an explanation. She parked her car in an empty lot and sat in absolute silence for 45 minutes. Public outrage gives a betrayer the opportunity to defend themselves and manage the narrative. A cold, calculated pivot toward administrative retaliation removes that power entirely. Maya drove home, sat at her kitchen table, and opened a blank spreadsheet. Over the next 72 hours, she executed a forensic audit of her own life, cross-referencing every bank statement, Venmo receipt, and wire transfer with the dates Derek had asked her for help. She faced an immediate legal hurdle. The legal system generally views money exchanged between romantic partners as a non-refundable gift. Without a notarized loan agreement, extracting that capital back from an ex-partner is exceptionally difficult. Maya printed everything. She packed her meticulously organized financial proof into a single manila folder and walked into the office of a civil attorney. Judges do not have the jurisdiction to rule on broken hearts, but obsessive, line-by-line financial documentation provides exactly the raw material needed to convert an emotional grievance into a recognized legal dispute. This flowchart maps out unjust enrichment. A financial benefit is received, splitting into 2 paths. When a party accepts money while actively hiding a change dynamic, we follow concealed deception. This triggers a civil mechanism defining the behavior as actionable exploitation. Derek had continued cashing Maya's checks to fund his daily life and education, fully aware he was secretly building a separate future with Jenna. He allowed Maya to operate under a false set of facts so the money would keep flowing. Exactly 3 weeks after Derek and Jenna publicly announced their engagement, Maya formally filed her civil claim. Derek had recently graduated and secured a nursing job paying $62,000 a year. Despite this, he ignored his own attorney's explicit advice to settle the matter quietly out of court. Unjust enrichment exists precisely for this scenario. It operates as the civil justice system's specific tool to correct deliberate, exploitative power imbalances that masquerade as romance. Inside a stark civil courtroom, Maya finally sat across the aisle from Derek. She was face to face with the man whose entire education she had purchased. Civil courts rarely hand plaintiffs the absolute maximum they ask for, but the judge recognized the deliberate exploitation, and Maya secured a definitive victory of $31,000, plus interest and court fees. Derek was not given the option to pay it back at his convenience. The court mandated a monthly garnishment of his new nursing salary, funneling the money directly out of his paycheck and into Maya's bank account. The collateral damage of his deception eventually caught up to him. 7 months into their engagement, Jenna discovered a second hidden cell phone in Derek's car. She canceled the wedding. Attempting to build a new life using stolen resources works only until the bill comes due. Forced, systematic financial restitution reliably suffocates the false reality a betrayer attempts to build. Maya moved forward. She fixed the cracked bumper on her Honda, and she took herself on a solo trip to New Orleans, her first actual vacation in 4 years. She deliberately chose to stay off social media. She didn't need to post about the betrayal, because every single month she receives a deposit from Derek's paycheck, proving that absolute silence can yield the loudest results. Refusing to engage in public emotional warfare is the ultimate strategic advantage. Internet outrage fades in a matter of days, but the legal system's cold and forced documentation speaks permanently.